W500 small character inkjet printer incline operation video. First to the inkjet printer ink, only after the ink can see the ink line. Then remove the casing from the nozzle. Loosen the screw to remove it. Take out a container of ink and thinner and place it under the nozzle to avoid splashing when adjusting the ink line. If the inside of the nozzle is a little dirty, you can properly flush it with thinner. Take the balloon and blow it a few times to dissipate the remaining thinner quickly. First, look at the ink line in the recycling tube. You can use white paper to see more clearly. Mainly look at the front and the side. The front view of the ink line is usually a little to the left. This is the screw that holds the ink line in place. This is the screw that controls the front and back of the ink line. This is the screw that holds the left and right ink lines. This is the screw that controls the left and right side of the ink line. First, loosen the screws holding the front and back. Turn the screwdriver counterclockwise and the ink will move to the right. The ink line has deviated from the recovery tube. Look sideways and adjust the ink line to the middle of the recovery tube. Now let's turn the screw to the right. Adjust it to the center. Be careful to gently twist. Look sideways at the ink line in the middle. You can tighten the fixing screw. You can flush it with thinner to see where the ink line is. This is what it looks like from the side. Now let's adjust the front ink line again. Take a piece of white paper and put it on the back of the recycling tube. Loosen the screws holding the left and right ink lines. I'll turn the adjustment screw to the left, and you can watch the ink line change. I'm now adjusting the ink line to the right of the recycling tube. Now I twist to the left to bring the line back into the recycling tube. Now we have the line in the middle, but we have to move it a little bit to the left. That's about it. That's all it looks like on the front. Be sure to screw the setting screws properly to avoid deviation of the ink line. Put the casing back on. Now let's test the print again. Turn on the conveyor belt. That's how you adjust the ink line. It's a success.
W500 Small Character Inkjet Printer Basic Inkjet Operation Video. First, edit the print content. Click Install button on the left side of the screen and press R to go to Print Setting. Print Mode sets the print mode. Generally, the settings are the same as in the video. Print rate sets the width of the print. The larger the setting, the wider the print will be. Let's just set the number and see what the print looks like. OK. Press and print. Stop button to start printing. Initially, we must calibrate the distance between the nozzle and the sensor relative to the product. First of all, the nozzle should be higher than the product height, but also to control whether the distance of the nozzle affects the printing effect. The sensor can be placed closer to the nozzle to set the printing delay, but it must be in the case of the sensor sensing the product. When the sensor senses it, the light on it will light up. This unscrew can adjust the direction of the nozzle printing. Then screw this to adjust the height of the nozzle and sensor and the position of the front and rear printing. Turn on the conveyor belt and we're ready to print. And then let's lower the value a little bit to see the difference. You can see it's a little narrower than before. There are also multiple values, and the larger the value, the wider it is. The direction is to set the printing direction. There are 4 options. Delay is how long it takes to start printing after sensor sensing is set. Let's set a number and see where we can sway it. Let's set a higher number and see what happens. I can see that the higher the value, the further back the printing position. Widening means that the font will be made wider as well as bolder. Set R to CD effect. Just set it according to your needs. Conversion sets word pacing. Let's leave it off and see what happens. Set E to CD effect again, noting that the smaller the value, the smaller the word interval. You can see a sharp spacing that has been printed as an error. Height sets the font height. However, it is recommended to set it between 110 and 160 to avoid missing prints. If you need a certain height of the font, you can adjust the nozzle, and you can also achieve the demand for higher fonts. Now it's printed that way. Loosen the screws holding the nozzle in place. Turn the nozzle up and see what happens. You can see it's getting bigger. There is usually a fixed bit of the printing transmission tape that runs the printing position and font widths are inconsistent. Now we speed up the transmission tape and let's see what happens. It can be seen that the position is far back and the font is wider, so the usual transmission batch is fixed at a speed. Synchronization is used to set a switch on and off a synchronizer. If you are not using the synchronizer, you can ignore the function.
W500 small character inkjet machine content editing operation. Click the edit button on the left side of the screen. Press E to enter edit print information. The current edited font size is displayed in the lower right corner. Press the font button to increase the font size until you reach the largest font. Then press again to return. The maximum font size is 24×24, and the minimum font size is. Press the CLRSCRR button at the top left of the screen to click. Edit it in lowercase by default. Click caps lock to toggle the key. Usually click the punctuation button, which is the punctuation mark in the lower right corner of. Click the Shift key to switch to the central punctuation. Click the CHN button to switch to Chinese. Chinese default minimum font is also 12 乘. Press Not to switch the Chinese boldface. Press the minus sign below to turn the page forward. Press the plus sign to turn. By pressing the CHN button again, you can choose to enter graphic. Select the graphic number you want to enter. This is the machine factory comes with some Chinese. Enter the graph number we want and press R to enter. Click FN in the bottom left corner. Dynamic time can be entered. The time here is entered according to the time set by the. Back to the main page. Click the Install button on the left side of the screen. Then press E to enter the system. Press E again to enter the set machine time. Press the FN button again to enter the product. We need to set it up before we type it in. Click the Install button on the left side of the screen. Then press E to enter the system. Press R to set the product count. RPT is set to print a number several times before increasing. All sets the total number of products to be printed. From is what value does the setting change from. CVT is to set the current value. And is to set the number of increments to a certain number with. The number of digits can be set based on the description. We can also customize the graphic. Press Send to customize the pattern. Press Font to select the size of the pattern. Drawing points are controlled by 4 arrow. Press the draw button below to draw down. When you want to erase it, you can erase it by pressing the erase button. After the drawing is finished, press the Enter key, and then you can set the number. Let's go back to the editing screen. Then select the graph we just customized and click R to press R to read the print information. Press C to view graphic information.
W500 small character inkjet machine cleaning operation video. First of all, the W500 is now in the ink supply state. First, take out the nozzle and prepare a container for cleaning agent. Loosen the screw to remove the nozzle casing. After removing the casing, press the Setup button. Then press 3 to enter the inkpad service. Press 3 again to open nozzle open. Then take out the cleaner and rinse the holes in the gland screws. Rinse until the line comes out or the line is straightened and into the recovery tube. Flush the recycling pipe, too. Then the nozzle open and go back to the main page. If you find that the PHA is bright, you should rinse the PHA. Take the cleaning agent and rinse against the copper column in the middle. Rinse the copper column with detergent until there is no ink on it. And rinse the ink from the rest of the place. Then see if the front ink line matches the picture. Look again to see if the side ink line is in the middle. If the ink line deviates, it should be adjusted in time. The phase may still flicker after rinsing, and the printing can be opened after the phase has stabilized for some time.